you have been on the county council. In fact, just I think recently Public Works came back with their comments on this particular audit. We'd like to understand how you as mayor would make sure that this kind of thing doesn't continue to occur. We need to make sure that you can bring our contracts in at a much better rate than they have been, timely and cost efficient. Tell us in 2 minutes what your plan is, and then Mr. Kanoy can comment.
The fact that the Legislative Auditor Initiative, and it's on the ballot, comes from the County Council is a condemnation, because these type of performance measures and standards of operation must belong with the administration. That creates problems and discord between the County Council and the administration when these kinds of things happen. But the trigger for that was a lack of service, the untimely service that had come, only from one department. If you magnify that and you look at different departments that are not performing their duty in a good and timely way that they should, that means the county council have to step up to the plate, and they should not do that. We in the administration should look at process engineering, process management, and improvement of our systems and processes as we move forward. We need always to look at improvements in engineering, improvements in our staff, and improvements in our operations. We avoid the cost overrun when we do things in such a simple, basic, and fundamental way. We need to move back to the fundamental services, be frugal in our services, but certainly be timely. We must avoid the discrimination again for people like West Hawaii, our communities in Ka'u, Kohala, and Puna. We must never accept that again. The fairness and the openness out of the administration to serve all of you fairly and equity, that is a paramount issue. So the core question to services lies in the issue of open government, transparent government, and good governance.
Thank you, Mr. Palago. I'd like to remind Mr. Kanoy, your comment, 1 minute, is supposed to be about Mr. Palago's approach to solving the problem of contracts overrunning by as much as 90% and coming in as much as 60 days late. So,
thank you.
60% of the contracts come in late, sorry. 60. Comments?
You know, it's just inexcusable. And the legislative auditor at the county council as a legislative body is to provide the checks and balance. And it's great that they did the report. Too bad we couldn't have that report earlier, so we could have made some adjustments sooner. So we have to keep our government in check. We have to ensure compliance with contracts that are issued, because that money being spent is our money and it's your money. It's the taxpayers' money, and we need to ensure that any money we spend on behalf of the community to implement projects to improve the quality of life is executed in a timely manner and is brought in on budget. The fact that so many projects come in beyond the timeline, that so many projects come in over budget, shows that a system is flawed. We need to correct that system, and that is through creating a more transparent process and holding every vendor and contract accountable.
30 seconds, anything you'd like to add?
Yes, thank you. Accountability stops at the very top. The mayor must take responsibility for actions not done by those people who work under his stead or under his watch. It begins, leadership begins at the mayor's office, and from there, that is a genesis for good and clean government, to hold accountability. If we're going to stop these cost overruns, we don't get abused with these kinds of problems. We need to do it from the very top. You need a new mayor, and they need to change immediately.
Thank you very much.